who was Logic before the rapper Logic, who's about to be a worldwide sensation and who's got an incredible career ahead of him? Who was Logic before that, and how did you get to be Logic?
Yeah, damn, crazy question, great question. I think who I was before Logic was just Bobby, just the regular young kid. You know what I'm saying? Before I really found myself, and you know, I was dealing with a lot of stuff coming up inside the household, outside the household, but I was just the regular dude facing a crazy struggle, and I think that made Logic who he is, who I am today. It's so weird talking about myself in the third person, but yeah, I think it was those things as Bobby. Well, my full name is Sir Robert Bryson Hall II, which is like extra, yeah. But Bobby went through a lot of things, but you know, I was just a lover of art, of music, of film. You know what I'm saying? Literature, all that stuff, and that definitely helped pave the way for who I was to become as an artist. Yeah.
And how did you get to where you're at this moment? You've been working hard.
Yeah. And
how did you get the name Logic?
Crazy. So I've been emceeing for 10 years. So since I was 14, I'm 24 now, and I was I got started on Wu-Tang and Tribe and Nas, and you know what I mean, Big Daddy Kane, and like all this crazy stuff. But when I was about 18 years old, my mentor Solomon Taylor, he was like, I want you to open up the dictionary and find a word that really defines you. And I came across the word psychological, which is extra. I don't know if I can curse, but that's extra fucking, yeah. That's like so mad rapper, like whatever. But I love it. Yeah. But I was like that dude, the kind of at that time like the backpack fun rapper, whatever. So I went by psychological. And before then, oh my God, don't get me started. I went by Hitman, Lord Subliminal, East Coast Killer with a K, and that's just like loving Wu-Tang, like Master Killer and Ghostface and this and this. So, but yeah, exactly. Psychological was it, because I loved the mind, you know, and just the power of the mind. And then my homie Big Lenny, who let me live with him for a year, took me in just before I got my deal, still riding with me today. He just would call me Logic, because who the hell's gonna call somebody, hey, what's up, psychological, what's up, and just short and simple, and that's how I got my name.
Like how I met you was you just wanted to meet Big Daddy Kane, and obviously we put you on the phone,
crazy,
and we taped it for you.
That's
that for you. We taped it for you because that's some legendary stuff, and you'll always remember that. And we got to get you that footage. But why Big Daddy Kane?
Because it's the BIGDADDYKANE. Like it's like he's the fucking man. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, Looks Like a Job 4. That's my personal favorite album from him. I felt like he embodied so much of New York City, of hip hop, just everything was found out from the drums and the samples and just the analog sound back in the day, and just everything to me. I love it. I love that it was just one man standing on his own, and he could just go toe to toe with anybody, anytime, anywhere. And that's something I love. The fun braggadociousness, because that's what hip hop was built upon. You know, it was back in the day. It was the MC, but it was him talking about his DJ and why his DJ's the flyest and DJ's the freshest, and then that turned into, yeah, my DJ's pretty cool, but I'm cool too, and here's why, and this, that, and then that turned into Big L. I got more bitches than you, got more riches than you, only thing that I ain't got is more stitches than you. So the fun braggadociousness, why the MC is better than the next man. And I think I had that, Big Daddy Kane was somebody who murdered that. And then coming up and going into this album, that's when I wanted to not shy away from the braggadociousness, because you always got to have that with the stunt, but I really wanted to tell my story on this album, which is what I think.
Wow, you know, White is hot right now. And it's funny because you know your hip hop. I got a whole thing called Hip Hop Don't Know You. I got to get you one of those shirts. But when I say Hip Hop Don't Know You, if you're a white rapper and you don't know Third Bases or the Beastie Boys, Hip Hop Don't Know You. You know the business side.
Yeah.
You know the history side, where it came from breakdancing, graffiti, and DJing, MCing. Like, you know about that.
Totally.
And you're talking about the Big L's. You're talking about the Rizzes. You're talking about the Big Daddy Kanes. Totally. You're not talking to me about 90s, late 90s. You're talking about 80s, man. So, like, to a guy like me, who's got so much history, I salute you for that. And that's all I do is preach, man. More people need to know that. You know what I mean?
It's your craft. I feel like no matter what you do, if you played the piano or the cello, or you wanted to act, or, you know, just anything, you want to get into dirt bikes, or like whatever the case may be, you need to know your history. It's like, how are you going to pull a gun on somebody if you don't know how to disassemble it and put it back together?
Exactly. I want to throw a name out. Tell me, you know, one word or something. It's got Rat Pack.
Oh, shit. My family, my life. Like, to me, You know, so back in the day, you know, I looked at people like Mac Miller and Wiz Khalifa and those people who had like, so Mac Miller had Most Dope, like his crew, and Wiz Khalifa had Taylor Gang, and J. Cole has Dreamville, and like I always wanted something, and I didn't know what my thing could be, and I tried a million different. I'm a nerd. I like Star Wars. I love anime. I love all different types of shit. But I was like, man, how could I kind of have my clique? And I just couldn't think of it. And then I thought of the whole Young Sinatra thing. How Frank Sinatra was, you know, skinny, thin dude, blue eyes, wavy, curly hair.
Blue eyes.
Yeah, yeah. And just for me, I was like, oh, okay. So then I created Young Sinatra. But then I was like, how can I go even more into it? And that's when, you know, I love Kanye. I love Getting Out Our Dreams, good music, the acronym. So I was like, okay, well, what if I spell Rat Pack and make it like kind of my thing too, but with 2 T's, which stands for real all the time. Now that's what Rat Pack is to me. But the crazy thing is, my female fans, I call them Bobby Soxers, and Bobby Soxers were female fans of Frank Sinatra back in the day. And now the crazy thing is, the reason that they got this name was because back then, you ever seen like Back to the Future?
Of course.
So you know the scene where they're in the gymnasium and they're playing all the music. So Frank Sinatra used to tour, and he would go to high schools and colleges and play in the gymnasiums. Now back then, the wood, very much so, like this dope ass table right here, was so fine and so nice that the girls had to take their heels off so as not to tarnish the wood, leaving only their Bobby socks left on. Hence,
God, that's crazy because I love Frank Sinatra. Summer Wind, My Way. God. Why are you so influenced by such a gangster or such a legendary singer? Like, that's an OG. Like, you don't understand. Like,
yeah.
I drive in my car and listen to Frank Sinatra. Why Frank Sinatra?
I think, well, you know, I had a lot of ups and downs in my childhood and in my life and in my home growing up. But one of the good memories that I had was my mother showing me old black and white films. You know, Fred Astaire, just all types of crazy stuff. And Sinatra was one of those. Not only his music, but his films. How to court women, how you treat women, had like all types of shit. Man, just the debonair, the swagger, the overall intentions of a man like that. There's literally a club for the remaining people who are still alive that have shaken Frank Sinatra's hand. Wow. I want that. I want to walk into a room and be revered and respected like that.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, and that's somebody that we look up to. I'm so glad that a young guy like you do that.